What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you coming back. Today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about dealing with herniated discs, femoral nerve entrapment, sciatic nerve entrapment. This is an issue that I've had to deal with for the past 3 years. I was diagnosed in 2020 with two herniated discs, an L4 and L5, which was making my quadricep ache. It felt like I just did leg extensions set to failure. Every day I wake up and I had this tremendous pain that would run down and radiate into my thigh, all the way down to my shin to my foot. And my foot would be numb, and I would have this pain, and my back would, get inflamed with inflammation, and every once in a while I would barely be able to walk. There was one time I could barely walk. I could barely stand. I had to walk with a cane. I felt helpless. It's very humbling to be, feeling like a beast one minute, and then all of a sudden the next you're struggling to even walk. And I just didn't want to live like that, and I just don't want to have surgery, and I wanted to find, relief. And so I go to a chiropractor, went to a couple chiropractors over the last couple years, and, great people. I got some great adjustments, but I never could pinpoint the issue. I used inversion tables, all kinds of different stretching, but I wasn't really consistent with it. That was my main problem. I'd get relief, I'd feel better, and then I wouldn't keep on to it, because I never really was much into stretching. And now at 51, after 41 years of weight training, I've made myself so tight that I have no mobility or flexibility. And I really saw this when I joined jiu-jitsu a couple weeks ago, how weak my hips, my mobility in my legs. It's crazy. So that being said, I'm really excited on this journey of having more mobility and flexibility and just overall health in the spine area, the hips. So I started really focusing on stretching and going to the chiropractor. And then about 5 months ago, I had a real bad episode. I woke up, same thing, couldn't put any weight. It was so painful. I couldn't put any weight on my right foot. I couldn't walk, felt helpless. And I just started doing more research and incorporated a bunch of different stretching that gave me relief. And then I remember listening to a Rogan episode a few years back, and he was talking about the Teeter Dex 2 apparatus, and I just remember him talking about it decompressing your back and not hurting your hips and your knees and your ankles, because inversion tables, when you're hanging upside down, the weight, sometimes I felt it would strain my hips and my ankles, because that's how the weight is really holding you down. And I didn't really like going backwards, upside down. And I felt that, I would get headaches. I just didn't really like the feeling, and I didn't seem to get a lot of relief. I bought this decompression swing, which you harnessed yourself underneath your arms, and you kind of sat down and you would do different movements. And I would get relief from that, but I wasn't consistently doing it, and it was really kind of feeling uncomfortable ripping up on my shoulders, because that's where all the weight would go. So I used that, and periodically I would get some relief. I tried massage therapists. I tried everything over the years, but finally I got the Teeter Dex 2 about 4 months ago, and I spend typically 10 minutes a day, 15 sometimes, it all depends, but I do a round of different stretches, and I incorporate in a kind of a routine every morning, because when I wake up, that's the worst. I can barely walk, but I know it's a nerve. So I kind of, once I'm on my feet for a few minutes, it starts to feel better. I go downstairs right away. And I focus on these movements, and I get on the Dex 2, I hang for a minute, and then I'll do a hang from a pull-up bar with my feet touched, slightly bent, and then I will get into femoral nerve stretch, which really is helpful, and I get a lot of relief. So doing about 2 to 3 rounds of that, I start feeling some relief. I do stretches throughout the day periodically, and focus now on, mobility, flexibility. Now that I'm doing jujitsu, on top of the weight training, I want to, adapt. I want to, incorporate more flexibility and mobility exercises in these workouts throughout the day. So that being said, long story short, if you're having problems with herniated discs and you need to decompress, I totally recommend the Dex 2. It's amazing, and it's a lifesaver. I haven't been going to the chiropractor because I found that I wasn't really getting much relief, and I'm getting more relief off of what I'm doing now as far as stretching. And I'm also going to incorporate, going to a facility in town here next week called the Stretch Lab to help work on more flexibility. So later on in life, man, you can, stay injury free. So I recommend all you young guys out there that are working out, man, definitely incorporate stretching in the morning, at night, in between your sets. Really focus on flexibility. I wish I would have, because I feel like these injuries and this mobility problem I wouldn't have, because I would have been on top of that. So I really truly believe, now being 51, that stretching is vitally important to building any kind of strength and muscle building program and overall health. So guys, pay attention to your flexibility. Get a Dex 2. You won't be disappointed, and it's an amazing apparatus, and it's really been life-changing for me. So thanks for tuning in, checking out the video. Please like and subscribe if you like the content, and I really appreciate all the support, guys. Have a great one, and I'll talk to you soon, guys.